Cirque du Soleil is back in Singapore with Kooza. And let me tell you, this is the very definition of spectacle, where acrobats become poetry in motion, costumes that look like they're directly from a dream, and every gasp from the audience feels like it was choreographed. It is an athletic feat, it is a visual symphony, it is pure magic. And last week, we were given an incredible opportunity to visit Kooza before they went live for their very first performance. We got to go inside the big top, watch the performers practice and warm up. We got this amazing behind the scenes look at how it all comes together. And being a lifelong fan of the circus, this was truly an insane experience. We also got a chance to sit down with Kooza artistic director Jameson Lindenberg for a quick chat about all things Cirque. So here we are on a couch inside the big top. All around us are costumes and masks and jugglers practicing and clowns running around. And I'm trying to focus, ask sensible questions, and not be distracted by all the amazing things happening around me. This is an absolute pleasure. I've seen 4 of your shows. Car, The Beatles Love,
Okay,
Allegria, and at the Bellagio.
so lots of resident shows in
Lots of
Vegas,
resident
lots
shows.
of big shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my first question for you is, when it comes to something like Kooza,
Yeah.
is how you pay tribute to traditional circus styles while still modernizing it for a contemporary audience. Or is that something you do, or do you try to keep it as pure as possible?
I think with Kooza, Kooza is known as the circuses of circus, and it does completely pay homage to traditional circus. I think the key in 2007 when they created the show was all in the casting. And so when they were casting the show, they really dug into, I think, not just traditional circus, but the acts such as High Wire, where it represents South America, Wheel of Death, South America, contemporary circus and silks in Europe, Asian, Mongolian contortionists. I think that Cirque speaks to such a global audience and global brand or global image. And so I think that they take a lot of inspiration from their casting and from their curation of the types of acts they want to produce and to show in front of the audiences. And I really, I think that we're always thinking about how to not just evolve traditional circus, but to stay true to our brand, which is to honor the homage and to respect traditional circus.
A lot of us, and I think a lot of people of a younger generation, probably haven't experienced the circus like I did growing up. But Big Top would roll into
Yes,
town, and it used to
absolutely.
in Kuala Lumpur as well.
Yes,
But what you guys do is quite phenomenal, and I'm curious, are there still things that you look at that scare you after watching this for so many years and after doing it for so many years?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Every day, every night. There are moments, and I won't tell you where, that just take my breath away or make my palms sweaty.
Oh, that's
And
exciting.
because
That's
I
great.
know them and they're my family, and I have a different relationship with them. Of course, it probably rings a bit truer in my heart when I watch them. But I think the most magical thing is they're doing their job so well that you should not only feel an ease in their skill in the performance, but the danger. If they're making you feel the ease and the danger, and you're just on the edge between those two worlds, then I think they've done their job. So yeah, I still get a bit nervous in some spots, definitely.
So the show's gone all over the world over these
Yes.
many, many years.
Over almost 20 years.
Right. Do you change things up for each place, or
Yeah.
No, you do.
I think that it's we're always evolving, obviously, as a humanity and as humankind. So we, as a company, progress. We adapt to movements that are happening all over, progressive movements such as the Me Too movement, such
Right.
as there's a lot changing around us. And I think that part of my job in artistic direction is to take the pulse of society and take the pulse of the place we are, and how do we adapt, and how do we how do we evolve that show where we are based? And so not just with the language perhaps in the show or
Right.
audiences, but we react exactly how you all react. So if we're met with perhaps a a more conservative or a more refined type of an audience that's used to maybe theater or opera,
Right.
versus someone that has, like in Kuala, like you said, that people are really into the traditional circus or sports. You have a big sports culture. They're loud and they're gregarious. We will match that energy for
Right.
sure. So I think we're always adapting.
Wait.
Yeah.
But how does that work? Because I'm assuming everything that you do, given the intricacy of everything that you do, it's fine-tuned with such precision. If you want to implement a change, surely you can't do that overnight.
It's not overnight.
Right?
It is an
Okay.
extensive process.
Right, yeah. So
Yes,
how does that work?
Let's take the clown act, for example. Let's
Right.
take clowning in general, or touching, or interaction. Not everybody is as comfortable with maybe human touch and interaction. Some
Sure.
people do not like to be hugged. So if we're heading in a direction
Crazy
of,
people.
crazy people who don't want to be touched, who would have thought? But it is a thing that we're cognizant of, that we're mindful of, to say, maybe we need to relook at some of the original concepts, not just in Kooza, but all over, with how we interact with people, the sensitivity behind messages,
Right.
Appropriation of culture. I believe Cirque is trying, and we should all be trying to do better. So those ideas are brought up, those ideas are approached. We reach out to our show support in our international headquarters in Montreal. We say, we'd really like to change the name of this character that's a bit more
Right.
current.
Right.
And they say, that's a really great idea. Here's how we do it. Here's how we can support you.
Right.
That something as simple as a change of a name of a character that's more sensitive, or something that could be a larger scale of a clown act that might be more sensitive, could take anywhere from a week. Someone saying, yeah, that's a good idea, let's work on that, to maybe a few months.
Right.
To perhaps we're working on a whole year to make you feel a bit more like this. So it could take, depending on what we're trying to evolve or what we feel is important, a while. Yeah.
Wait, so with the clown acts, for example, and given anything that involves, I guess, comedy and timing, is there any room at all for improvisation? How does improvisation work in something like?
Absolutely. There is a, I would say, like a sporting game. There is a set rule box. There's a sandbox of tools that these clowns have.
Of
There's
course.
this is where we need to go: a beginning, a middle, and an end. Everything else is totally dependent on the volunteer.
Wow.
Totally dependent on the night, the show version, and so it is live. It is extremely live, and that's, for me, what also separates circus and clowning from theater, perhaps, where you have a pretty set script and you must stick to that script. But clowning and live circus is really fluid, and is really a lot of improvisation. So it's never the same show twice, for the artists and for the audience as well.
I've loved circuses ever since I was growing up, and then when I watched the first Cirque show, I think it might have been either Allegria or I can't remember which
Probably
one I
Allegria.
saw.
It's
Probably
the
Allegria.
oldest,
It's the oldest one, right? And I was very young. What you guys do is practically inhuman. I didn't know human bodies could do that kind of thing.
That's it.
But I think the messaging behind every show is powerful, and I think it is a medium that seems to be lost, because you are among a handful of individuals that do this at this global scale. Can you talk to me about the importance of that messaging, of the work that you do and how you speak to society? Like you were saying about Me Too and bringing contemporary issues into it.
I think what you said is really interesting. There is a human element in equality, a superhuman element.
Exactly.
There's a relatability.
Right.
You could get up there and you could do
I
that.
really could not.
You really could. You really could. What
I
it
can
takes
barely
is,
walk up a few flights
what
of
it
stairs.
Could
man.
you not be a clown? Could you not be a
Okay.
musician?
Sure. I
mean,
think my parents have called me clown many times.
Cirque du Soleil is the best of the best in all disciplines, right?
Right.
And so
Right.
I that's what we strive to be.
But I'll tell you what it
anyway.
makes me feel. When I leave your shows, it does make me feel like that.
That you
Because-
can do anything, right?
Yeah, you're pushing the limits of human potential, and I go, holy shit, like if they can do that,
If that guy that's so normal looking, that's 64
they're
years
not
old,
normal looking.
hey,
Dude,
I mean,
look at that.
that guy looks pretty normal to me. These guys look pretty normal. If that guy or that girl or that person,
I think he's at peak human condition.
if they can do that, so can I. And I think that's what circus celebrates, is that superhuman quality.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of relatability, right?
Yeah.
Rather than an AI image or a movie that was, you didn't see any of the strings.
Correct.
This is as real as it gets. It's real superhuman. Part of that is discipline, hard work, perseverance. We all can relate to that.
Yeah.
Passion, sacrifice. People sacrifice their lives to be on tour,
Yeah.
to bring the entertainment and to bring joy and to bring storytelling to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's superhuman, and I think that we love superheroes.
Yeah. Geek out with me for a second, just the
Sure.
behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
If someone wanted to do this,
Yeah.
like, what does it take? Like, how many years before they can get on stage? What do they need to be?
Well, I think passionate, ambitious, all of those words, right? But I think it's tough. I was a singer for Cirque for
Right,
10
that's
years,
right.
right? And so I had a whole other part of my life that where I studied and I sang, and I never thought in a million years I would run away with the circus or that I would be a part of this, right? And then I would be sitting here as an artistic director. I think it is about your your legacy, your calling, your absolute passion in life, and you have to have that raw talent. I
Right.
really believe that you've got to have that thing, that spark. And Kooza's kind of like that too. Kooza's kind of about that spark of life, that thing. And when you've got that and you follow your dreams and you stay flexible, you stay adaptable, you stay engaged, and you don't give up. These people never give up.
Yeah.
That I really think it is possible. That's what I would tell youngsters, is to just never give up and continue to push yourself. Yeah.
Is the general philosophy, I'm assuming this is the general philosophy of Cirque, is you never say no. Because every time I see something that looks incredibly dangerous,
It
you
is.
somehow manage to pull it off.
It is a yes and
A yes
culture.
and, right?
It's a yes and that's
Right.
like the basis for great theater, improv, life, right? Yes and. Nobody likes the naysayer.
Right.
Cirque has always been the yes and.
Yeah.
It's always been the yeah, okay, and how can we yes, and I think that's how I like to live my life, and I think that's what attracts us to each other, and we're all yes and kind of people here.
It's very cool. Jameson, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
It's just, yeah.
I'm so
like, you have no idea how
glad to
excited
geek
I
out
am
with
to
you.
be here, right? Like, I've seen the show. I first bought the DVDs, and I'm like, the DVDs are great. And then I saw the show in real life, and I was like,
it's
holy
nothing
shit.
like
Yeah.
and I think you said it also about the generation. I feel like maybe I'm 41, the 35s to the 45s kind of got the last bit of that
Correct.
golden era of Cirque. It was on TV, it was those Christmas specials or holiday
Yeah.
specials. And then there's the 30s below that don't really know what it is.
No.
And so I think it's important for our generation to kind of, hey, pass on the torch that you've never seen anything like this.
And they don't know until they've seen it.
Until they see
Like,
it.
you got to walk into that room, and you've got to
see it.
yeah.
Experience the circus in a whole new way.
Keep doing what you do, man.
Thank
It's
you
just
so much
amazing.
for geeking
Thank you.
out with me.
Cheers.
It was a
Cheers.
pleasure.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
That was Jameson Lindenberg. He is the artistic director of Cirque du Soleil Kooza, which is currently playing in Singapore until March 29th. If you have the chance, if you can make your way down south, we highly recommend that you check it out. It is spectacular in every sense and totally worth your time and money. You can get tickets at cystic.com.sg. We'll link to it on the website. And do let us know what you think once you've seen it. In the meantime, thank you so much for listening. This is the Goggler Podcast.